Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Hotspot. Summer is here, which means there is an awesome time for a summer camp. And I know what you're thinking. UOG is like preparing for the fall semester. No, UOG is alive and well, and there's a lot going on there. Trust me. And who better to talk about than what is going on with a fun summer camp activity than Doug Palmer, the athletic director at the home of the Tritons. Doug, it is really good to see you, my friend. It's been a while.
It's great seeing you again too. It's been a long time since we were driving around the car that one time.
thanks for bringing that up. That was a fun time. And you know, I always love seeing Triton green.
Yep, got to go Tritons.
Exactly, on the shirt, on the wall, and certainly in people's hearts. And that is going to be the basically one of the core things about the summer camp, right? So let's talk about all about it.
Well, we're running the summer camp for the Global Learning Department on campus. It's an all sports camp, a little bit different concept than they've had the past few years. So basically we're trying to teach as many different sports during a 2-week period. Each camp runs for 2 weeks. So this is actually the last day of the first camp that we've ran. And then Monday will become the first day of the second camp. And we're teaching everything: basketball, volleyball, rugby, badminton. We're hopefully going to do pickleball. We're hopefully going to do ultimate frisbee.
Nice.
We're trying to do some of the very basics, but we're trying to bring in some specialized stuff that the kids may have never seen before. Like we had the guy from New Zealand teach badminton last week. He was here with Sandra Lowe's National Federation group, and they allowed him to come out and teach badminton for 3 days for us. Yesterday, I was talking to the pickleball folks to get a pickleball person here to help teach. So we're going to try to do a lot of different things, teach the kids for a couple of days on each sport, and move on. This isn't something where you should expect that I'm going to become a better basketball player. But if you never played basketball, we're going to give you an opportunity to see what basketball is like and whether you like it and you want to continue on it. So hopefully every kid will get at least 10 or 12 different sports sent their way over the 2-week camp.
It's almost like kind of like a buffet table, like, if you will, of athletic activity. And, you know, you maybe get exposed to a little bit of everything, and, you know, maybe sample some of this, sample some of that. And then, you know, there is inevitably going to be something that every kid and every athlete, I should say, will gravitate to.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of the concept of the all sports camp. Just give them a lot of different things. Hopefully something takes. And then if they want to, like I said, learn about basketball, go to a basketball camp. You like the volleyball, go to the volleyball, to a volleyball camp. But hopefully we're going to expose them. But the biggest thing we're trying to do is have fun. This is what first thing I told the counselors was, we want the kids to have fun and hopefully learn a little bit about sports. But this is not necessarily, like I said, this is not a skills camp where we're really pushing somebody to get better. We just want them to go out and be exposed to the sport, see if they like it, and then they can continue on after that.
Okay, trust me, everybody watching right now on YouTube and Facebook, there is zero chance that these campers will ever get bored when they take a 2-week instruction under Doug's tutelage and the counselors he has there, basically like trying to figure out all the different styles of sports there are. And again, you know, you're gonna glom onto something. So let's talk about the counselors, Doug, and who do you actually have running the camp?
This is actually the youngest group of counselors that's probably been here. We have several young folks from actually who are juniors and seniors in high school here for the first time being our counselors. We got one of our men's basketball players is here. We got, I think you will remember Mr. Pelkey, who used to run the field house back when.
Good old Bob.
Yeah, his grandson is actually here running one of our groups. So
very cool.
We have a really good, young, energetic group. Don't know how energetic they'll be after 4 different camps. They may start dragging a little bit, but they're young and they're energetic and they're really trying really hard. And like I said, we're also bringing in some specialized folks to help teach. Like I said, last week we had the guy from New Zealand happened to be on island. We brought in Tatiana Sablon, who I just named our head volleyball coach again yesterday. She taught volleyball this week. So we're trying to bring in some really good coaches as well to teach, but our counselors are coming up with games that I don't even know about. So I give the counselors some free choice for, for different sections of the camp. And they're coming up with, they were playing Battleship on the court other day. They put up, curtains, and they were laying across the court, and they were throwing balls at each other. But
that's perfect, because you know this,
they're
Doug.
doing Battleship.
Yeah,
So,
you know this because you've been on Guam long enough now. I mean, it is really the hallmark of any Guam athlete to basically be given the opportunity to run a workshop or a clinic or be a camp counselor, because you can then pass down the lessons about what the sport is like, about competition, about teamwork, about leadership and everything. And you can pass that on to an up and coming athlete the same way it was passed to us by a previous generation, the way that Chris Shepard and Jesse Perez and, all those guys who used to play with, the old Bud Kings, the way they taught my teammates and I.
yeah.
And that's a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, well, we're trying to give the counselors, I mean, every day they have probably 2 sections that they're the ones, it's called Counselor's Choice, and they're coming up with a fun thing. And plus, they already know, and they're learning their kids. So by the second week, they know their kids, they know what their kids like. So they come up with some fun things for them to do. So, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit, I'm not good at planning things for 5 and 6-year-olds, but our counselors are much better of planning, planning those things. So just to tell you a little bit more about the camp, we got 4 different groups. We got the ABCs, who are the 5 and 6-year-olds. We got the Discoverers, who are the 8 and 9-year-olds. Then we got the Explorers, who are our 10 and 11-year-olds. And then we have the Extremes, who are our 12 to 15-year-olds. So the camp is for anybody from 5 to 15, but we break it down into 4 age groups. And of course, the 5 and 6-year-olds, we may say basketball, that we're going to do basketball this thing, but for the 5 and 6-year-olds is very different from the 12 to 15-year-olds. The 5 and 6-year-olds may not use the basketball; they may use a real soft type ball, and we have to lower the baskets down for them to be able to, to make a shot. So,
but that's how it starts, and you instill in them a lifelong love of sports.
Yeah, and we just, we let each group work on what they want to work on within whatever I said the topic of the day, or we let them choose the different things to do. So far it's really went pretty well. The kids, I ask them every morning when they come in, how are you doing today? You excited? And they all are saying yes. So everything seems to be going fine.
That's wonderful. Okay, so Doug, let's talk about registration now, because you said a new session is coming up, and so for parents and for caretakers, older brothers and sisters who are watching this right now, and they're like, wow, that sounds really, really cool. What is the registration process for campers, and if there are any counselors and kids back from college for the summer and they want something fun to do or to give back to their athletic community, is there opportunity for them as well?
Currently we've got all our paid positions taken care of, but if people want information about the camps, they can call GLEE, which is Global Learning on campus, and that number is 735-2600. You can also go online to the UOG website, and if you search around a little bit, you will find summer camps, and you can get information from there. Plus, most of the registrations are done online as well. But call 735-2600, and they'll be the ones to tell you exactly what to do for trying to get registered. We had 110 kids for this first camp. I mean, back in the day, we had 150, 170 kids a week here. So we're still not quite all the way back, but it's still a really good number for us. But hopefully we'll get a few more kids. I just asked a question. I always start off the morning and ask the kids some questions or whatever. And I asked, how many of you coming back? And at least about half the kids, raise their hand. I'm sure there's more coming back. They just don't know what they're doing on Monday yet. So,
well, Doug, final question before I let you go. Who's more tuckered out at the end of the day, the campers themselves or the counselors having to watch over that many kids running around?
The counselors. There's no doubt. The counselors. I'm still getting hugs at the end of the day from the kids, so they still got energy. But I'm not getting any hugs from our counselors there. They're all kind of beat.
A tired counselor at the end of the day, man, after a wonderful day at camp, as it should be.
But most parents come in the next day and say, yes, she or he slept really well last night. So we're doing our job when the kids are really sleeping well at night and they're coming in, with a smile on their face.
All right, so that's the University of Guam Sports Camp. Introducing, or maybe even if this isn't your first foray into sports, introducing little ones from 5 to 15 all the way sports, instilling in you all those lessons that are going to go way beyond the court or the field. These are life lessons that they're teaching young people too. So Doug, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for putting on this camp, man. It's a fantastic idea.
We appreciate being able to do it.
Absolutely, and good luck to you out there.
Thank you very much.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody. The Hotspot will continue right here on KUM, so please stay tuned.
Get up to the minute.